All right, let's do it. Let's start.
Good.
Let's start. Also, it's not even just Sunday Funday. We're doing news today. Come on.
Good Sunday morning. It is yet another extraordinary moment in the 2024 election cycle, with Democrats in a state of crisis after President Joe Biden delivered a disastrous debate performance that fueled voters' top concerns about his age and ability to serve another 4 years in office. Not since the first Nixon-Kennedy debate in 1960 has a debate had as much potential to shake up a presidential race. This morning, there is widespread panic within the Democratic Party and questions about whether the president should drop out of the race.
I think it was a disaster. I think it was like maybe the worst debate I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's so funny when they do like this Philip DeFranco style compilation, and then they put Jon Favreau on there, and it's like when Philip DeFranco covers this, he puts me on there and like a bunch of other content creators, right? But when like MSNBC does that same, they're like, it's Jon Favreau.
I do think people feel like that we are confronting a crisis.
There are going to be discussion about whether he should continue.
At first, it was shocking, then it was scary, then it was sad, and by the end, it was absurd. Is the riskiest path sticking with Joe Biden, or is the riskiest path saying we want someone else? And anybody who says that that is not a tough call right now is full of.
On Friday, in a stunning move, the New York Times editorial board called on President Biden to serve his country and drop out of the presidential race. NBC News has learned that
it's so funny when you got the paper of record being like, you suck, dog, boo, you stink, because that's what it is. That's like literally like dudes making fucking $500K a year writing articles, turning around and being like, you suck. Except this time it's at the national level. It's like a huge deal. That's crazy to me.
President Biden is expected to address his campaign with his family at Camp David. That's according to 5 people familiar with the matter. Now, he and First Lady Jill Biden arrived there late last night to join their children and grandchildren in a trip planned before Thursday's debate. The campaign was always going to be a topic of conversation, but now undoubtedly Thursday's debate will be front and center. Senior advisor Anita Dunn addressed the matter on Saturday.
You all did not have any kind of conversations about, oh, should Joe Biden drop out of this race?
The conversation that we had is, okay, what do we do next? Okay, that is, if there's one thing that we're about, it's, okay, as Barack Obama said, bad debates happen. We had a bad debate.
Yeah, that's why your name is Anita Dunn, not Anita Wynn. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't getting that W with Joe Biden. Fucking got him.
What do we do next? And, you know, the president, above all, is focused on what do we do next? What do I need to go do?
President Biden, who agreed to the earliest general election debate in modern political history, had one goal: to persuade voters who are skeptical about his age and fitness for office that he is up to serve another 4 years. Mr. Biden has consistently told voters, watch me.
If I were to run, I think they're going to judge me on my vitality.
Bro, we did. We did, bro. We hated it. We were like, boo, turn the TV off. It's so funny when he always was like, watch me. It's like, bro, what? Like, where's this confidence coming from, man? That's why I'm saying he's got big old dick. He needs to show it. He's got big penis confidence, bro. Big dick energy. Think about that. Because, like, where else is this coming from? He's like, watch me. And we did. And it sucked. Yeah, this is from 2018. He seems way more coherent.
And I still run up the steps of Air Force Two. Am I still in good shape? Do I have all my faculties? Am I energetic? I think it's totally legitimate for people to ask those questions. This is for the voters to decide. Take a look. Look at me, see if I have the energy, see if I know what I'm talking about, and make their judgment. I think it's a legitimate thing to be concerned about anyone's age, including mine. I think that's totally legitimate. But I think the best way to make the judgment is to watch me.
Well, on Thursday night, voters watched the president deliver a whole...
God damn. Bro, we got Meet the Press making jokes. What? Yo, you got Meet the Press making the same jokes I'm making. What is happening right now? Oh my God. Oh my God, he's so cooked. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, holy moly, he's so fucking cooked. Also, that was very bad. That compilation that they showed of him basically like slowly but surely kind of moving the needle a little bit, moving the boundaries of like acceptability a little bit over the course of like the 4 years. Not even 4 years, technically starts in 2018. So 6 years, and his mental faculty slowly degenerating in that entire time frame. Like, that's never good. Never do that. Okay. If you ever want Joe Biden to like win anything, okay, even bingo night, don't ever show a compilation of him from 2018 to 2024, because that is the clearest indication. That is the clearest indication of watching a man go through the early stages of dementia to the later stages of dementia. Watch me.
Performance, at times appearing confused and repeatedly losing his train of thought.
Making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if...
It's so fun. Look at Trump's face. Look at Trump's face. He doesn't have to do nothing. He's like, damn, dude, you're the president? Like, even Trump's like, what the fuck, bro? You're the president. Like, I know I've been joking about Sleepy Joe and shit, but like, god damn, this is really bad, Joe. This is bad, Joe. He's like, what's going on right now? Trump actually looks a little remorseful. Dude, this is like, I feel like maybe that's the reason why he didn't go as hard. Oh, the post has been deleted. Apparently somebody yelled at the Pod Johns for their take, but...
Finally beat Medicare.
For his part, Mr. Trump unleashed a torrent of false claims, saying that most Americans supported overturning Roe v. Wade when polls show the opposite, saying falsely again that there was widespread fraud in the 2020 election, and refusing to answer whether he would accept the election results in November.
Will you accept the results of the election, regardless of who wins? Yes or no, please.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely. I would have much rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous. And if you want, we'll have a news conference on it in a week.
Democratic leaders are publicly expressing support for President Biden. On Friday, former President Obama posted, quote, "Bad debate nights happen. Trust me, I know. But this election is still a choice between someone who has fought for ordinary folks his entire life and someone who only cares about himself." President Biden's...
Damn, I can't believe he said Donald Trump has fought for ordinary folks his entire life. That's crazy. Thank you, Barack Obama. I didn't realize you thought that way about Donald fucking Trump. I mean, I wouldn't use those terms. Because we know there's one guy who cares about himself. Obviously, Trump's a narcissistic piece of shit too. But there is no reason for Joe Biden to be running for re-election at this point. Okay? So the only reason why he's doing it is because he's absolutely narcissistic. He's selfish. He's selfish as fuck.
And allies have circulated talking points to Democrats in an all-out effort to contain the damage. Trying to calm donors at a rally on Friday in North Carolina, a defiant President Biden insisting he's prepared to fight on.
I know I'm not a young man. State the obvious. I don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smoothly as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth.
The decision is effectively President Biden's alone. At this point, if he dropped out of the race, he would free up his delegates to support another nominee. So far, the president and his campaign have indicated that he does not plan to step aside. On Capitol Hill, there are widespread fears about losing the White House, but top leaders are urging calm.
You see a performance that gets the kind of reviews that performance got, that would be cause for concern. That was strike one. If this were a ball game, he's got two more swings.
Do you think President Biden's the best messenger for the top of the ticket?
I'm a very big supporter of President Biden. He's been a great president.
After the debate performance last night, should he step aside?
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
Let's go ahead and bring in ABC's Jonathan Karl, who'll be hosting ABC's This Week later this morning.
Mad.
John, good morning to you.
Don't ask him that question. He's mad. He doesn't want him running, but he has to. He can't say it. 2 out of the 3 people they talk to are old as fuck too. Don't worry, bro. And the third one is spiritually old. Okay, that's Nancy Pelosi's guy right there. You can't have a young soul and be Nancy Pelosi's, fill-in. There's a thread increased number of voters think Joe Biden shouldn't be running. Oh my God. Guys, I don't know anything about politics. Is this good? You think it's good that wait, Biden has, oh wait, never mind. They're saying Biden does not have mental and cognitive health. Oh yeah, no, there are. Okay. I fucking misunderstood it. Holy shit. For a second, I thought a majority was saying, no, he doesn't have issues. Is it good? I think we can get 100% of the American voters to say that Biden doesn't have the mental health and cognitive health to serve as president. Oh my God, bro. They're describing sundowning.
How damaging is this to Biden? What's the campaign strategy here?
Well, it's really damaging. I mean, you see it from some of the president's closest and most important allies outside.
Chat, this is irrelevant and unrelated to the combo, but what the fuck is this thing? What is this? I don't know what this is. Is that olive? No, it's not an olive. It's like a pickle or something. It tastes like a pickle. It's got weird shit in it. A caper? I've never had one before. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's get back to Biden.
Public office, editorial writers saying that this was a disaster of a debate performance, and that if Biden continues on like this, it will lead inevitably to a Donald Trump return to the White House, which to Democrats is unthinkable. So what are they doing about it? Well, the Biden campaign knows that they have to recover from this. You saw a little bit of what the plan was immediately after the debate. The next day, he was actually out, 14 hours on the road, campaigning in North Carolina, looking considerably more vibrant than he did during that debate. But Gio, that debate was the most important moment in this campaign by far so far, and there won't be another moment like it until the Democratic convention in August.
And John, you've been telling us all about the text messages you've been receiving. There are calls for the Democratic Party to replace Biden on that ticket. Even the New York Times, though, the editorial board there says that Biden should drop out of the race. Is that even realistic, and how does that even happen?
Those calls are real. I mean, for the most part, they are coming, at least publicly, from people outside of public office, like the New York Times editorial board, many of the most prominent columnists in the New York Times as well, people that Joe Biden respects and has been reading for years, some of his other allies and other news organizations, other opinion leaders. But look, there really is no way, at least that I can find, and I've been talking to a lot of people about this, there is no way to replace Joe Biden unless Joe Biden himself decides it is time to step down. Big question.
Yeah, they're having this conversation today as we speak, behind closed doors, which is pretty crazy to think about. But Joe Biden is having this convo with his family right now. These pickled capers are kind of bomb. About French elections are a disaster. Bro, by the way, this is really damaging too. Inside the White House, there are sometimes two Bidens. America saw the other one Thursday night. My look inside the White House on why Thursday left some Biden aides shaken and worried whether Biden could do another 4-year term. From 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Biden is dependably engaged, and many of his public events in front of cameras are held within those hours. Outside of that time range or while traveling abroad, the other Biden is more likely to emerge in verbal miscues, become fatigue, and aides say. It's called sundowning, man. I don't know why they're writing articles like this. It's like, yeah, he's old as fuck, and he's demented. All right, what are we talking about? And those hours of the day are going to get smaller and smaller. If you look back probably in like 2018, 2019, there probably wasn't that many hours in the day where he was kind of fucking cooked. He's losing the grip he had on reality. The world hates a sleepy guy for real is so fucked. Yeah, you're right. He's just a little eepy, dude. I don't understand it. It's pretty funny because we talked about how mentally unfit Donald Trump was to be president, and it's true. And it's now we just have a literal dude whose brain is melting. Who do you want to have the nuclear launch codes? It's do you want grandpa who you don't trust behind the wheel? Or do you want the other grandpa who's way more racist? It's great. Anyway, wonderful stuff. American democracy. But there is no democracy here. At the top of the hour, that is. Because there's a 3-minute ad break here where those who have a subscription will no longer see the ads, and those who have not will see the ads at the top of the hour. There you go. Nowhere do you ever get real democracy in this bitch. Here's the 3-minute ad break now.
One is whether or not that could happen. Right now, I see absolutely no indication coming from anybody in Joe Biden's inner circle that is even under serious consideration.
All right, John Carl, thank you so much. And we're going to have much more from you later this morning on This Week, including an exclusive interview with former President Trump's longtime ally, Steve Bannon, who is set to report to...
Why? Bro, what? First of all, why is he not in prison? Like, I don't understand. Bro, like, I'm not... Okay, this is not a joke. Bro, interviewing Steve Bannon one-on-one is literally like interviewing Dr. Disrespect would be more relevant for this fucking guy, dude. Like, ABC News... What? Like, I can't begin to tell you how fucking irrelevant this guy is. What are they doing?
Prison tomorrow morning for defying a January 6th committee subpoena.
A new CBS YouGov poll out this morning that was taken after the debate finds that 72% of voters now say they do not think President Biden has the mental or cognitive.
Is that good? I can't tell. Like, this is good, right? It's a good thing.
Health to serve as president. Here with me now is one of the top officials in the Democrat.
Excuse me, it's not 100%. Can't argue with that, right? They're still around almost 30%. Okay, less than 30%, but close to 30% of Americans that think he is mentally fit to run for president.
Democratic Party, a close ally of President Biden, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Thank you so much for being here. What is your reaction to that poll? 72% of voters say they don't think that the president.
By the way, old fans of the show know that's a classic lock. That's another classic Hasanabi rule. You can always get 20 to 30% of Americans to agree to anything, no matter how fucking insane it is. Okay? Always. You can get 20 to 30% of Americans to say, nah, Biden is mentally fit to run for president again. He's the best guy. I'm telling you, always.
Is fit mentally or cognitively to be president.
Well, what do they think about the other guy? Do they think that he has the integrity to be president after that performance? Let us not make a judgment about a presidency on one debate. Let's talk about what it means to people in their lives. And that's why you're not seeing much change in the polls on this. The difference between Joe Biden and the former president is so clear. If you are a woman and you care about your reproductive freedom and your health, and women do, you see a complete difference between enforce a woman's right to choose on the part of Joe Biden and a ban on abortion with the other guy. If you care about job creation in America, 15 million more jobs created by Joe Biden, the worst job performance record since Herbert Hoover for the other guy. If you're concerned about saving the planet, you're a young person, you're caring about the planet and its future, Joe Biden, the first person in the Congress to pass a resolution to study the climate change in the 80s, even before I was in Congress. A guy who goes to the fossil fuel industry and says, give me $1 billion so I can reverse what happened in the IRA to save the planet. The list goes on and on, whether you're talking about guns and the rest. And 16 Nobel laureates said when it comes to inflation, if the other guy gets elected, inflation will soar because of his fiscal policies.
Oh, shit. Okay. I guess it's fine that he's like demonstrably mentally not with it. If 16 Nobel laureates said so. You didn't even answer the question, dumbass. She says 16 Nobel laureates. Are you meeting with the Prime Minister of Albania? No, bro. He's too busy hanging out with iShow Speed.
So it's not about performance in terms of a debate. It's about performance in a presidency. And I want you to know that the fact is that the reaction to the lies of Donald Trump is something that maybe TV isn't focusing on, but people are. And to have a debate where you have to spend half your time negating what he said because he has knows nothing about the truth. On one side of the screen, you have integrity. The other side, you have dishonesty.
Yeah, and we have definitely.
Yo, the question is not like whose track record is worse. Like, Yeah, the voters voted on that in 2020. We already know. I was one of them. Like, I was a voter who voted on that, right? But it's like, what are we doing here? What's going on? That's not the question. The question is, he is not getting us across the finish line. Like, he can't speak good. He can't think good. What's happening? He's like me after a 18-hour flight, okay? Like, you cannot be like, oh, this guy has a great track record of integrity. You're way out of this shit, okay? He's like stumbling. His ears are leaking the remainder of his brain. What the fuck? Yeah, bro, you're right. He can't even stare good. He can't speak good. He can't think good. He can't even look good. The fuck? He can't look. Like, he can't physically stare good. Okay, I feel like you can't, once you can't do that, like, you can't be president. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. Except I just made that rule, and I think it's a pretty good rule. Like, he's just, bro, he was literally like this the whole time. Doing that fucking Al Pacino face, bro. We beat Medicare. You can't do that. You can't do that. Is that ableism? Yeah, bro, it's ableism. And guess what? I'm fucking ableist. I am ableist, bro. The president cannot be demented, okay? That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. It's like, I'm ableist when it comes to blind people driving, okay? Blind people shouldn't be able to drive. Sorry. I'm ableist in that regard. That's like not ableism. It's just being normal and smart and actually competent, okay? Like, stop fucking tying ableism into like genuine valid rules and restrictions. What the fuck? I want an autistic president, not a sea lion. Well, thank you. Exactly. At least that way we get trains. You know what I mean? You wear glasses, mind you. Exactly, bro. And if I didn't wear these shits, then I couldn't drive. It's the law. And that's a good law, by the way. Okay? What are we talking about? Yeah, exactly. Good luck, opium. Yeah, good luck, opium. Just like fucking, you should be able to drive drunk too. You know, I'm better at driving when I'm drunk. Nixon was the first autistic president, but he had the bad kind of autism. I doubt Nixon was the first autistic president. And also, Nixon's autism was like saying the N-word type autism. You know what I mean? It was like he had his autism specs were maxed out on the racism front. He was on the other side of the Hearts of Iron player comp. You know what I mean? Like 4chan autism before 4chan. Whereas like, yeah, we need like a I like trains type autism, which I thought Biden might have actually. He fucking loved them choo-choos, dude. Like he was, remember, he looked like a foamer out there. Every time he saw one of them trains, like he looked like me. He gets so excited. I was like, damn, we're getting high-speed rail. Fuck no. We ain't getting shit. We ain't even getting fucking Joe across the finish line, okay? He just got stoked when he saw a train because he was there when they were invented, okay? That's why. He's like, oh shit, this is a new invention, Jack. Y'all put these rails on the tracks? What the hell? Goddamn, you can put a lot of bad boys on this thing. Roll them around. Get some Chinese workers to build them. He was there. It's a new invention. They're calling it a train. It goes choo-choo. And the Chinese are building it.
Pointing out the about 30 falsehoods that we heard from former President Trump. But what you just did, Madam Speaker, was make the argument for Joe Biden's reelection in a way that he did not on Thursday night. Isn't that a problem?
I don't think it's a problem. It's a bad night. I see everything as an opportunity. Okay, you want to contrast what these people can do in a debate?
It's so funny having literally the second crypt keeper. Like, the only thing on Nancy Pelosi that is below the age where you should be allowed to drive is her titties. Everything else is like 800 years old too. Like, what are we talking about? Like, why is she the one talking about this? Yes, chatters, I'm saying she has a boob job. Okay, come on. It's just like, why is she the one being like, oh my God, yeah, I don't understand what you're saying about Joe Biden's age. I think he's perfectly virile. He's a snapping young man. He's a dashing young man. I also am 800 years old. It's like, yeah, you should not also be in power. Okay? It's crazy. We got one here. We busted out another corpse. Go home. Your husband is having gay sex. Okay? Go home to your husband. What are you doing in Congress still? The fuck?
You're not even telling the truth. Or do you want to talk what it means to you in your life when this person becomes president? This president, look, he lied about Daniel.
Yeah, they're going to roll out Jimmy Carter. Be like, sir, Mr. President, President Carter, sir, a lot of people have said that Biden's age represents senility. What would you have to say? And he's like, ah! And then he dies on camera. Dana Bash like, and that was Jimmy Carter. How old can we go? How old can we go? We could go older. They should roll out the D-Day veterans again. The remaining 8 World War II veterans. put them in front of a camera and be like, what do you guys think about how old Biden is?
January 6th, this was a horrible event in our country's history. He was the president of the United States who instigated an insurrection. He tries to blame it on me. Yeah, I planned my own assassination when he was sitting on his butt in the White House, not sending the National Guard and lying about it on the show. And
dude, I swear to God, Riz means so much, even in politics. It's just like, I there's nothing, there's not even anything remotely like appealing about Nancy Pelosi. She's not even wrong. Like, she's literally talking about how Trump lied about January 6th. Okay. And I'm over here and it's just like, I'm over here being like, yeah, but like maybe they had a point, you know? Like I'm reconsidering my position. The more I hear her speak, the more I'm like, maybe January 6th was valid. It's just, yeah, I know it's aura now, Unc. I know. The aura is important, okay? Like, she is so unappealing. She has nothing, no qualities that are like, that make me want to go out to bat for her, make me want to defend her. Oh, it's so bad. He was sitting on his butt while they were trying to assassinate me. Oh, it's true. It's literally true. It's so stupid to fucking say, yeah, Nancy Pelosi did January 6th. You know, she really wanted every HVAC business owner, who are heroes, by the way, and patriots, as you know. Heroes and patriots, God-fearing patriots. Thank God for our HVAC business owners. Braver than the American military, okay? Braver than the Marines, certainly. Are you buzzed, bro? No, I'm just fucking tired. Yeah. Those HVAC business owners wanted to take shits on our desk, and by God, now that I've seen the alternative, an alternative universe where HVAC business owners do not exist, like in Europe, and you can get a heat stroke at like 75 degrees out here, they can do that. They can take shits wherever they want. I love America, and I love my HVAC business owners, man.
People are well-meaning. I had one of your reporters say, did he really send the National Guard? No, if they don't even know, then how can we make a judgment about how other people evaluate a presentation? So this is a dangerous person, as opposed to a person who, again, saved our country from COVID. The first bill we passed, shots in the arms, money in pocket, people in jobs, children in school. This president, with his denial and...
Bro, she's not doing a good job demonstrating her lack of senility, okay? She literally is like, what is going on? I mean, I know what's going on. I already know. You already know. We've been saying this for a long time. But it's so funny to me that she's like, he's so good. He shot an arm. Money pocket. Cool open. Let me go. I'm so old. I'm going to die. I'm going to die, Dana. No further questions, Dana. I might fucking die up in this bitch. Holy shit. My take on this, I think, is pretty sane. If you don't trust them behind the wheel of a car, you don't trust them with the nuclear launch codes. That's it. Okay? I do not trust Nancy Pelosi, Dianne Feinstein, Joe Brandon, John Fetterman behind the wheel of a car. Okay? I just don't. They're so fucking old, man. Dianne Feinstein is dead now, but I'm just saying, like, Mitch McConnell's another one. Oh my God.
The delay caused people to die.
Yeah, and I completely understand what you're doing, and you are making the arguments.
What's up with them? What is her libs doing? Look at what's going on here. Can you zoom in on this thing? Hold on. You can't zoom in on a video. Fuck.
I completely understand what you're doing, and you are making the arguments that you are hoping
What's she doing?
that Democratic voters.
Is she moving that zin around? What's happening here? What the fuck is going on?
The arguments that you are hoping that Democratic voters listen to about why Donald Trump is.
Oh my God. If I was like, dude, it is impossible not to be a right winger and be a conservative theory and not be a conservative theory believer or conservative theory. What am I saying? Conspiracy theory believer. See, my brain is fucked up. My brain is fried. I'm not running for Congress though. Also, I'm coming off of a fucking insane flight, but it's just like, if I'm a conservative dude, okay? If I'm a conservative dude and I watch CNN and I see Nancy Pelosi do that, I'm like, that's a lizard. Okay? That is straight up a lizard. What else? That's a lizard.
We're hoping that Democratic voters listen to
He's
about
like, doing? Trying to taste the air? What's going on?
why Donald Trump is bad and shouldn't be put back in the White House. But the reality is there are still a lot of concerns that Joe Biden is the person to get you to that point, to making sure that Donald Trump is not back in there. No. Some prominent columnists, several newspaper editorial boards are just simply calling for Biden to step aside for the good of the country. Tom Friedman, a friend of President Biden's, wrote the following. He wrote, Joe Biden, a good man and a good president, has no business running for re-election. If he insists on running and he loses to Trump, Biden and his family and his staff and party members who enabled him will not be able to show their faces. What do you say to that?
If I was Nancy Pelosi, I'd be like, Thomas L. Friedman has L in the middle name, okay? He's got an L already. He was crying. He was weeping as he was watching the fucking debates. Shut up, you weepy bitch. I'm about to deport your ass. I think Friedman is Canadian too, right? I can't remember if he's one of the... There's a bunch of them. Goddamn Canadians in the New York Times editorial board. Be like, shut the fuck up, okay? He said he was crying. You really want to take his word seriously? That's what I would say to defend against Thomas L. Friedman.
Is there any part of you that believes that President Biden should step aside?
I want you to know I came home to California.
Who's the baddie on the right? Stop, dude. Fucking stop. You need God. You need to repent. Oh my God. Yo, Awooga. I feel like there needs to be an age of consent in the other direction, okay? This is one of those moments.
South and North, and people are for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. They have some judgment about a person who's stood on that stage and lied. If you're just talking about the debate, I'm respectful of some of the opinions that people have, but I also am respectful of the grassroots. My people are very much Biden, Kamala Harris. And this is an opportunity for Joe Biden to go out there and show.
Excuse me, mention your young titties. Bro, have you guys not seen Nancy Pelosi at the beach? Like, that's what I'm referencing. The rest of the body is like 85. Titties looking like she's 30. I swear to God, snapshot of just the breast disease, 35 years old. That's it. It's like very obviously implants. Yeah, she got the Yummy Parks. Why the fuck would you talk about someone's body like that? Please stop. Chance, stop objectifying women for fuck's sake. Yeah, I'm saying Nancy Pelosi is nothing. She's just a piece of meat. I'm saying Nancy Pelosi's qualifications are undermined by the fact that she's fucking hot or ugly. Okay? No. Here's the thing. Am I being rude and misogynistic a little bit? Certainly. Okay? But I've never fucking said Nancy Pelosi is like dumb. She's demented. But I regularly talk about how conniving she is. She's a fucking demon with the whip. Straight up. I've always given her credit for that. That's precisely why I hate her. actually, because she was also incompetent, like Dick Durbin, for example. Probably wouldn't be talking about her as much. Dick Durbin sucks, but he's also incompetent. Nancy Pelosi sucks and is also very competent. Anyway, stop objectifying Nancy, you sexist pig. Let's get to the important stuff, like whether or not she's a lizard person. True, because she is a lizard person.
The stamina and the rest. And by the way, while the press, and for some reason they don't, there are healthcare professionals who think that Trump has dementia, that his connection, his thoughts do not go together.
I'm sorry, Nancy. You are the worst person to be making this argument right now. The David Pakman. At least David is a good person to make this argument because, you know, he's not 800 years old. A lot of people are saying Trump has dementia. Good technique. Yeah, no, you're right. Like, Trump is insane, okay? He's an insane person. He's a very incompetent person. He's a very selfish person, okay? All of these things are true. And yet, it don't fucking matter because everyone can look at Donald Trump and look at Joe Biden and go, oh my God, one of these guys is significantly in a worse state, okay? That's it. That's it. Like, and this is what I've been saying day one. And it's not like it's a done deal. It's not like it's a done deal. That's why people are like, bro, please save the Democratic Party. Please, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, people that care about the Democratic Party's prospects significantly more than me, like the Pod Johns, are saying this shit. Okay? Like, I've given up. I'm black-pilled, okay? I'm gonna be honest. It's just I've seen too many of these. I've seen too many of these elections come and go. I know that these guys are the worst. I know that they don't give a fuck about anything, and they certainly don't give a fuck about winning elections. Like, they don't. They don't give a fuck about it. Because if they did, they would fire some people, okay, every now and then. It's crazy.
He just lies. He doesn't even know the truth. So if we're just talking about mental acuity, let's be fair about it. I don't think Tom Friedman thinks that Donald Trump should be president of the United States. And, you know, while he may be saying we're in...
Yes, Nancy, that's the real reason. That's the reason why everyone at the New York Times is literally saying Joe Biden drop out or else Trump is going to be president. We don't want Trump to be president. That's what they keep saying. It's not like they're like, we love Donald Trump. We want Donald Trump to be president. That's why we think Joe Biden should drop out. Your argument makes no dang sense. Everyone that cares a heck of a lot more than I do about the Democratic Party winning is crying right now. Oh no, this is what we were waiting for. Oh no, the Camp David summit ended. Oh no. New with Peter Baker, New York Times. Family wants him to stay in. Bro, they hate his ass. I swear to God, they fucking hate his ass, bro. They're like, no, let him. The fuck? How did that happen? What am I doing here? Oh, there it is. No, I thought I could avoid the fucking paywall. Hold on. Press X. Oh, shit. Hold on, let's try this again. Boom. Hacker man. I got it. It's over.
We see Joe Biden up close. We know how attuned he is to the issues, how informed he is. And I debate with him about legislation, and not debate, but discuss it with him. He's right there. So in any case, it was a bad...
Yeah, you guys can fucking yell up and down and swear that Joe Biden is so good. He's just such a dynamo behind closed doors. It's just not happening. You can't convince the American public. The American public is already convinced that he's not. And at a time when you need those people to be like, oh, I want an energetic person who's actually going to fucking fight the good fight and not a cadaver. At a time when you desperately need that to win, you can't do that. You can't. You can cry all the way. And the thing is, the loyalists will vote. They'll go out and vote. Polls haven't moved that much, right? That's what they'll say. What? Hassan, you know when you take Adderall and can't speak good, maybe that's what happened? Is that a thing that happens?
Let's not sugarcoat that. It was a bad night. It was a great presidency. And that's what the American people have to choose. A night where somebody's going to just misrepresent the facts completely, and then you're on your guard. The other person has to negate that, or... Again, it was a bad night. Let's move on from that. It's all an opportunity. Our members have been very thoughtful. They're very
It's just such a massive L too, because they personally fucking thought that this was gonna be a banger. Biden was gonna go out there, he was gonna be fine, and then he wasn't. And then now they're like, just move on from it. It's like, bro, you put it together. Okay. The Democratic Party, Joe Biden re-election campaign suggested that there should be a debate at the date that it was done at, early as fuck. Specifically so that people would go, yeah, see, all the rumors about his mental faculties declining is unfounded. And he failed to deliver on that. Bro, she's having a stroke trying to explain how capable Biden is. But that's because Nancy's also old too. Nancy Pelosi, also very old. Literally, that's why she's like the worst person. She's the worst person to make this argument in general because of how old she is. But also, she shouldn't be in office either.
Concern about a president who would lie the way they do, and then the Republicans just go embrace those misrepresentations.
Let me ask you about those members, because there are House and Senate Democrats.
Listen, if she was at home retiring with her $700 million, being the phenomenal fucking stock trader she is, her husband would not be cruising around looking for gay sex with the likes of David DePipe. Okay? Fix your life. Okay? Your husband, Paul, is driving drunk on his Porsche and then looking for dick. And then sometimes, almost having lover's quarrel and killing the person that he's having gay sex with. Something to consider.
We're worried that Joe Biden could be a drag on their races and could ultimately cost you the Senate, maybe even the ability to retake the House. Do you have any of those concerns?
We definitely will win the House of Representatives. It may come as a surprise to you, but when they saw the performance of Trump, donors doubled down and said, we absolutely have to have the Congress. So it kind of had an opposite effect in terms of the races. The members are always concerned about the top of the ticket. That's just the way it is. They're always concerned about the top of the ticket.
Are they more concerned now?
But I don't think we'll see. You can't make a judgment after one night. We'll just see. As Hakeem has said, we'll have our discussions as we go forward. But how do we walk away from a record of great performance on the part of this president with a promise to do more in terms of all the issues we talked about, and what we like to see, us and some of the women's caucus, Womenomics, where women in the workplace, where we have family and medical leave, where we have affordable child care, where we have home health care for women who are caregivers. Men are caregivers too, so that we can have an economy where everyone participates to the fullest and children are cared for, because it's all about the children. So it's difficult. Politics is difficult. It's never easy. And again,
I feel like I don't get it. Like, it doesn't have to be him. Like, what? Why are they like, dude, if it's not Joe Biden, we will all get ritualistically suicided. Like, she's on there holding on for dear life, dude. It's like, no, you don't understand. Politics is difficult. And sometimes you have to let a cadaver go. Okay? And by that, I don't mean like let him drop from the race and then appoint someone else who's competent. I mean, like, you have to let him go across the finish line as a dead man. Like, they're making it seem like is done. Like, the convention hasn't even happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Why are we acting like, the election is tomorrow? Oh, these are times when I'm like, where's the fucking Illuminati, man? Where? Like, every dumb guy is always chirping about the Illuminati. It's like, dude, you think why can't the Illuminati just like assassinate Joe Biden then, if that's real? If that was a real thing, that's what they would do. They would just like swap him out with like a clone. People also think that people always be like, oh, the Illuminati, they got lizard people, they got clones. It's like, okay, why won't they put a fucking Joe Biden clone that's like significantly younger? This clone is busted. It's a dud. Get a new clone.
Make their own decision. Wouldn't be the first time in campaigns, as long as I've been involved since I was chair of the party in the 80s, that people have not said, I'm running my own race. I'm not being associated with you, me, or...
Yeah.
Dude, how can you compare this? Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, it's exactly the same. It's like when in a red state, a popular Democratic senator distances themselves from the president. That's what it's like. Except we're talking about blue states, or we're talking about states that are supposed to go blue. I hate that. I hate the argument that she's making. It just has no basis in this circumstance.
Of the ticket.
Yeah, just real quick, because you mentioned that you have been a party chair before. Is there even a mechanism that you think would work if President Biden did decide to step aside? You know, the campaign says that it would cause weeks of chaos and internal food fighting.
Well, again, there's nothing as well as just as
like, listen,
Joe Biden getting...
Like, I've been doing this since the 60s. Okay, food fights are good. You know, sometimes you open your mouth up in the middle of a food fight, and a little cupcake comes in there. Delicious, yummy cupcake. Food fights are great. Who said food fights are bad? I love food fighting. I love food. I love kids sitting on my lap, Jack. Corn Pop was a bad guy. It was a bad dude. Foo Fighters, my favorite band. Dave Grohl. Remember what Dave Grohl said about Taylor Swift the other day? Dave Grohl, you done fought for your food. That's what you done did. I love food. Food is my favorite. My favorite fruit is corn, just like Corn Pop. Reminds me of Corn Pop. He's a bad guy. I got hairy legs. Calm like a Tom. Thank you for the 10 gifted subs. This is what we're doing. This is what she's doing.
Up and taking the ball over the finish line. Something else could be chaotic. I don't say that to say that could never happen, because it might. I don't mean now. I mean, in history, it could. But understand this. This is really important for people to understand. Joe Biden has won the nomination. He has won the nomination.
Bro, he didn't run against anybody. He defeated Jank and like Dean Phillips. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh yeah, he won the nomination. Oh, that's sick, man. It's like me if I destroyed like kindergartners in basketball, and I'm like, yeah, that's right, baby. That's right. I'm the fucking champion. I'm basically LeBron now, because I absolutely destroyed a bunch of kindergartners in basketball. Okay. Hell yeah. Like, sorry, primaries are over. Very tough competition. You don't understand. Very tough competition in the primaries. Fucking Marianne Williamson, Jank, okay, Unk, and Dean Phillips. That's not a real primary. I'm sorry. What is happening?
Not officially, he hasn't. The roll call hasn't happened.
Yeah, but no, but the roll call has been happening around the country because of the timing of the election. It's a very different year. And so you would have to undo the nomination to do something else. That would not be a reason to do it or not do it. The question is, Joe Biden's decision to go forward is a decision that we will all embrace because of the record he has and the performance that will come with it and the contrast.
Bro, I really love that that's the new talking point. That's the new talking point, isn't it? They're going to be running with this like, well, the American Democratic Party primary voters spoke. They spoke out and they said, we want Joe. We demand Joe. Like, they're going to gaslight us into acting like this was a real primary. That's what's going on here. I can tell. Real problem is the American people didn't have any real options. So much so that they voted for uncommitted by margins that Joe Biden actually lost in a bunch of those states where people voted uncommitted by the tens of thousands. So that's another really scary circumstance. You are losing percentages of the most active base of support within the Democratic Party in the fucking primaries, in an uncontested primary. That is really bad.
Life, job creation, reducing inflation, saving the planet, stopping the gun violence. The list goes on and on. Right. LGBTQ rights and all the rest. Okay. There's so much at stake, including our democracy. Our flag is still there with liberty and justice.
I saw someone on Twitter say they can't change the candidate because they've already raised millions for Biden. Those donations can be transferred to another candidate. Is that true? What are you doing? No, you absolutely can. No, you absolutely can. These guys have like war purses, basically. What do you think happens to the campaign contributions that go unspent at the end of a run? One, there's a shit ton of PACs out there, regardless, that can spend on whatever the fuck they want. And two, you absolutely can. You just take it and you dump it back into a larger purse. If Biden died tomorrow, they'd have to get a new candidate. Yeah, I know.
That's what the election is about. It's not about a one night's election.
Hello, I'm Dana Bash in Washington, where the state of our union is at an inflection point. President Joe Biden is in.
Damn, Mueller, she wrote, blocked me. This is how I found out. She used to follow me, which is kind of crazy that they blocked me. I'm playing 2 acts. You've canceled your New York Times subscription. 8,000 likes. Damn. New York Times is suffering, dude.
Camp David today for a long-planned family gathering. It comes as he faces pressure from panicked Democrats to reconsider his re-election bid, and amid persistent concerns about his capabilities following CNN's presidential debate. Yesterday evening, Biden's campaign brushed off those concerns, including from a stack of newspaper editorials this weekend urging him to step aside. As top campaign officials argued, the panic is coming from, quote, the bedwetting brigade and the Beltway class, and does not reflect voters' views. Biden himself told donors in New Jersey yesterday, quote, I understand the concern after the debate. I get it. I didn't have a great night, but I'm going to be fighting harder. And a senior campaign official told me that the president has not wavered.
Dude, this is so bad. Just like, no, I promise, give me one more shot, please. Please keep giving me money. Please, I promise. Yo, things are going to be so different next time around. We're going to do a second debate. I promise. Please, bro. No more 3-minute ad breaks at the top of the hour, okay? No more. If you subscribe, it'll be like it didn't even exist at all, okay? That's right, because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. I'm off my game right now because I'm so fucking tired, but I'm still serving those sloppy steaks, baby. That's right. 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour. Here it is. Yeah, no, it is exactly what that is. Kakarin, you're absolutely correct. At this point, it's got to be the donors coming in and telling him to get the fuck out, or they leave to make him drop the race. No, that's precisely what's going on. That's exactly what it is. That's why the New York Times article was so important, because you don't give a shit. You already have made up your mind about Biden. Many voters have already given up their minds about Biden. They've made up their minds. They are going to either vote for him regardless of his senility, or he's already shitty, and also being senile on top of that is not motivating them to go out and vote for him, right? The donors, on the other hand, do read the New York Times. They're the ones who want a return on that investment. They don't give you money just because they like you. They give you money because they want a return on that investment. If they no longer consider your reelection chances to be a sound investment because they don't think that you're going to get reelected, then you're cooked. They're not going to give you money. And then you lose the race. And then you're definitely cooked. At that point, you're cooked. You're cooked beyond recognition. Where'd you go on vacation, bro? Hope you're having fun. I'm too tired to be having fun right now. I haven't had fun yet. I just got in and I immediately went live. So
his belief that his candidacy is the only path forward for his party. His campaign warned in a fundraising email that replacing Biden with another Democrat would cause chaos and be, quote, a highway to losing. Here with me now from Madison, Wisconsin, where he is campaigning for the president, a top Biden ally, Congressman Jim Clyburn of South Carolina. Thank you so much for joining me, sir. I want to just set the table with the fact that our viewers understand you are a very close confidant of President Biden. You played a critical role in helping him win the nomination 4 years ago. You say Democrats need to, quote, chill out. So are you saying you have absolutely no concerns about Joe Biden's ability not only to win in November, but to be the leader of the free world for the next 4 years?
Well, thank you very much for having me. I do not believe that Joe Biden has a problem leading for the next 4 years because he's done a great job of leading the last 3.5 years. I always say that the best predictor of future behavior is past performance. And when we look at the past performance of these two men that are the front runners in their parties, we get a lot of indication about what their future behavior would be. So Joe Biden should continue to run on his record. I do believe that we will find him, when contrasted with the record of the 4 years of Trump, to be exactly what we need going forward, not just domestically, but internationally as well.
What about his performance on Thursday, though, sir? Do you understand why some Democrats, some independents who were not that interested in voting for Donald Trump and were considering voting for Joe Biden say, look at that and say, I just don't see it. I don't want to vote for him. What do you say to them?
I would say to them, take into account the record. Yes, it was a bad performance. I've been around these things. I've been a part of debate preparation before, and I know.
I'm glad that Dana Barrett had the old folks home today. I fucking hate Jim Clyburn so much. Are we only seeing corpses? Because these are the leaders of the Democratic Party. These are the highest ranking officials in the Democratic Party. Nancy Pelosi is the former long-term majority leader, and Jim Clyburn is basically like the man for the Southern black vote, which plays a big role in the Democratic Party primaries. He's got fucking South Carolina locked down. Hakeem Jeffries, literally Dem leader in the House, and he's MIA. Well, it's literally a hierarchy. Like, you're supposed to show deference to the olds. Maybe people don't understand this. No, I think people have a very reasonable approach to it, where they're like, perhaps too reasonable, where they're like, why the fuck are these like old monsters still in power? Whenever the Democratic Party does some like incredibly stupid moves, like, I don't know, putting their weight behind Henry Cuellar, for example, like, you'll see this group, Clyburn, Pelosi, this squad come out. They're like the reverse squad. We don't say the gay vote, the trans vote. Please don't say that way about the black people. It feels weird. We could start saying the gay vote. I don't know what the demographic patterns look like, but I suspect it's probably pretty similar to the black vote in general. We do say that, by the way. What do you mean we don't say it? Do we? Yeah. Yeah. Voter demographics are important. We say the youth vote too. We say the male vote, women vote, men vote, educated vote. That's like kind of how it works. It's just like their demographics. There's no way out of it. White vote.
When I see what I call preparation overload, and that's exactly what was going on the other night. I saw Joe Biden grabbing for words and phrases, and even
this monster, dude. Anti-Medicare for all. Oversees some of the poorest districts in the fucking country. Remember that.
in numbers that he was loaded up with.
Yeah, he was too good. See, Biden's problem was he was too good.
The next day, he gets to North Carolina, he's freewheeling, and he captivated the audience. And that's what we should do. You know, the debate preparation can be tough, but you got to really do a good job of preparing the candidate, not just with information, but with style, with deflection, and the kinds of things that we did not see in Joe Biden the other night and saw it 4 years ago.
I believe on Friday in North Carolina, he had a teleprompter. But I want to ask about something that you mentioned late last week, which is that...
Why don't you hit that harder, Dana? That's it? Yeah. If this was like a fucking pro-Palestinian person who is even like a doctor or some shit, okay? You legit lost me on Piers when you say Gretch, because while I agree you don't get to push Kamala aside, what? Y'all are legit very white-coated right now. Black voters are the soul of the Democratic Party, period. I mean, it's true. Black women in particular are the most reliable voters for the Democratic Party. But it's so funny. Kamala Harris sucks. You don't get to push Kamala aside. Kamala Harris has pushed herself aside. There's not one thing remotely positive about Kamala Harris.
You intended to have a conversation with the president. Did you talk to him? And if so, was there any discussion at all about him stepping aside?
I have not talked to the president since Friday, and if he asks my opinion, I will give it, as I always do, and that is very clearly, he should stay in this race. He should demonstrate it going forward, his capacity to lead the country, and I think the American people are demonstrating that. I just left the state of Florida. I was in a convention. We had 8,400 African-American men registered for that conference. I did not find one single one of them who told me that they are not fully confident in Joe Biden. And that's just a fact. I've been hearing from people. Even the people.
He's like, I talked to 840,000 black men. Bro, Jim Clyburn is so fucking old. If he tried to talk to 840,000 men, he would die by like the 55th conversation. What are we talking about? He's like, listen, 840,000 black men. I spoke to every single one of them. Not a single one told me they think Biden is too old. Such a stupid thing. Oh, God, I love politicians so much. They're so fucking stupid.
Oh, yes. There were some trepidations the next morning, but only one of the people I talked to expressed an opinion that Joe Biden should drop out. Everybody else says we need to make some calibrations here going forward, and that's what we need to do. If we're going to have another debate, the preparation for that debate
Jim Clyburn got me. He cooked me.
Needs to be different. There's no question in my mind. We
Should there
cannot
be another
overload the
debate?
candidate with all. Well, I don't know. I think that Joe Biden will do well with the debate. I think it all depends upon what the rules are. I don't like a debate where nobody will do any fact checking. You just say what you want to say. You know it's a lie. The guy told 30-some odd lies.
Damn. Crying to the referee, dude. Crying to the referee, baby. Crying to the referee harder than Luka Doncic. Telling you. I guess both of my goats cry to the referee when you think about it, but I don't like the format. It's like, bro, you fucking chose it. What are you talking about?
And nobody checked him on it and said that was up to Joe Biden to do. I'm not too sure. If I ask you a question and you lie to me with the answer, I ought to follow up and give you what the facts are and see what your reaction to that would be. So that, to me, was not the way to plan the debate. And whoever did that or agreed to that really should think about what they're doing.
Yeah, okay. Well, it was a debate agreed to by President Biden first, who proposed this.
They're so nice. Like, I feel like Dana Bash, like I said, would be demanding the immediate execution of like anyone who is like even remotely pro-Palestinian. But like when you got like decrepit institutionalists like Nancy Pelosi, okay, like Jim Clyburn, she's just sitting there, and it's like such a glaringly obvious, such a open convo for her to just unload and be like, what are you saying? 72% think Joe Biden does not have the mental faculties to fucking run after this debate. That's not just like a mini problem. That's not just like a flub. It's a game over moment. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Instead, she's like, well, the team actually voted on these. The Democratic Party agreed to it. It's like, come on, hammer that in a little bit more. Don't just like let it hang there for like a brief moment as Clyburn swings the conversation in whatever direction he wants to.
This debate. Should the president release his full medical records? Would that help?
Well, I think both of them should release this. The president will release this. When has Trump released records? He's released a bunch of foolishness from two doctors, one of whom is serving in the Congress now and is being challenged with his performance while being a doctor in the White House. One called his prescription the candy store. No, I think that everybody should be judged by the same rules. So I don't know anything about either one of them's records, but out doing this, we know much more about Joe Biden's health records than we know about Donald Trump, and nobody is asking for it. If anybody displays off-the-wall stuff, it was right on display for us in that debate the other night. Joe Biden has a history of stuttering. He did that as a child. All of us know how stutterers operate. I went to school with one. So when you have trouble getting out a word.
Yeah. What kind of stuttering or over preparing causes you to take an issue like abortion and then turn around and be like, immigrant rapists are raping sisters. Sisters raping sisters. Jack cut the malarkey. Bro said it like a slur. Yo, you didn't hear, bro. Listen. Bro also said he knows a stutterer, okay? It's fine. Some of his best friends are stutterers. He said, I can say it, bro. Chill. I know people with stutters. Yeah, he has a stutterer friend. You missed it.
It's what comes from stuttering. But when he expressed opinions, he was on the money with the opinions. He may not have gotten the word out, but the thoughts were great.
You said on Friday, sir.
I gotta run that back. That was so good.
He was on the money with the opinions. He may not have gotten the word out, but the thoughts were great.
You said on Friday, sir, quote, I am a Biden-Harris person. I'm going to be.
Yo, that's not healthy. Come on, dude. Listen, I know he was talking about like immigrant rapists and stuff, but like what he actually meant was immigrants great for the country. That's what he meant. So the energy and the thoughts were in the correct place. He just said the exact opposite of what he was thinking.
For Biden if Harris ain't there, and I'm going to be for Harris if Biden ain't there. Does that mean that I know you don't think he should, but if the president did step aside, it should be Kamala Harris who is the nominee, full stop?
I'm for Biden-Harris in this campaign, and I will I'm sure Biden won't be there the next time, which means Harris might be. That's for the next election.
I want to quickly give you the opportunity to respond to something that Donald Trump said on the debate stage about undocumented immigrants, rather.
They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs.
What's your reaction to that?
As Joe Biden has been talking about this, he mentioned it the other night, Donald Trump is being Donald Trump. He has a very, very, very low opinion of people of color. Black, brown, whatever color. He has a low opinion of black people. He's demonstrated that all of his life. And I would like to hear from some of his black supporters why they will not have these discussions about what this man has done to black women, what this man has done to young black youth, and what he has done to his own businesses when it comes to black people. I've talked to Reverend Sharp, and he told me he's been in and out of his businesses and never has seen a black person in any of them. How do you just give?
I love Jim Clyburn. He literally is just like, you know how sometimes chatters will come in here and be like, no, you don't understand. I represent all black people. Like Jim Clyburn unironically is doing that on television. He's like, listen, I know every black person. Okay. I'm Jim Clyburn. Like, and let me tell you, I spoke to every single black person, literally every single one. And they all said they don't fuck with Donald Trump. That's what they said. This is the energy that you can only get out when you're, surrounded by rich white people.
Give this man a pass on all of that. Compare his hiring records to Joe Biden's hiring records, and then that ought to give you some indication of what it would be going forward. So what he said the other night about black jobs meant to me that there are certain jobs for black people and there are certain jobs for white people. There are certain jobs for white people and there are certain jobs for non-white people. And these people coming in will be taking those jobs that are for non-white people. Never mind.
Dude, this was a layup. You fucked it up. Jesus Christ. He can't even fucking. Oh no. Senator Warnock. Biden should absolutely not drop out. Oh, I don't want to watch this. This is going to hurt me. Dude, I'm tired as fuck.
Yeah,
what the hell?
Got the results from one of the exit polls, National Rally and their hard right coalition on 33
What Trump's black job statement is doing the rounds on TikTok? Let's see.
No, I don't even know why she would say that.
Huh. Is this good? Wait, losing New Jersey by 1 point? Yeah, probably good, right? I mean, how many states do you actually need to win? How many electoral college votes do you actually need? You know what I mean? Like, what do you need? Like 12, 13, 14? It's not that big of a deal, right? It's fine, dude. It's fine. Every state should be purple. I love bipartisanship, except for all the red states. Those are fine to stay red, which they are staying red. But outside of those red states, then every other state should be purple. A little bit of red, a little bit of blue. How about all Democratic Party states become swing states? That's the future we're looking at, baby. Let's look at the promising future of every Democratic state is now a swing state. Every Republican state remains a Republican state. Biden was up 20 in 2020 in New Jersey. Oh, it's fine. I'm sure it seems to be all right. It's just, these are good things. These are not bad things, guys. Come on. That's what the TV man is telling me. And I believe the TV man.
Vote, not seats, because we're in the first round, but 33% of the vote, 28.5% of the vote going to the new Popular Front. This is this alliance on the left that was thrown together basically 3 weeks ago to fight this election. Communists, Greens, Socialists, a party called France Unbowed on 28.5%. And then we've got 22% for Macron's centrist coalition Ensemble. So initial reaction, first reaction, not quite as high, I think, for National Rally. It's still a very good showing for them. I think on the basis of that, we could expect them in the second round to form the largest bloc in Parliament. That would cause all sorts of problems for Emmanuel Macron.
Oh my God, I was muted for so long. Oh my God, bro, listen. Chat, you don't understand. It's 10 here, but it's like not even 10 for me. I don't even know what time it is for me technically because I didn't sleep at all on the plane. I'm going to crawl into bed. I don't even know if I'll make it to bed. Okay? I do not know if I can make it to bed at this stage. I'm so fucking tired. It is 10:26 here. I will be live tomorrow. I got to call it. I'm too tired. I'm so fucking tired. I thought I could do 4 hours today. I can't. Chatters are saying gaming. Dude, I'm fucking gonna be playing games with my penis. That's what I'm gonna be gaming. Okay? Just kidding. I can't even do that. I'm so tired. I love you all. I'm sundowning. Yes. And that's it. I got nothing else. I got literally nothing. I'm fucking dying a little bit. Hopefully tomorrow I'll wake up, get a little bit of tan, get a little bit of tan going, get in the water, get in the sea, the Adriatic Sea, hang out with the fam a little bit, and then after a long day, I'll be able to give you guys some good commentary, which will be, I'm thinking about starting it earlier. I'm thinking about starting it at, hopefully, today I was going to start it at 7. I couldn't. 7 p.m., which would be 10 a.m. California time. But, yeah. That's it. That's all I got today. I'm fucking, dude, this makes my head look so small. Oh my God. Like, what the fuck? I look ridiculous right now. I should never stand like this. It literally looks so, what is this? Look at this. I'm going to get even wider. What am I doing? Why do I look like this? Hold on. There we go. I think I fixed it a little bit. I didn't realize how small my head looks like that. I never have. I can't sit like that ever. I'm just pushing my arms forward so that I can make myself, my clavicles look smaller. You need to mute more, King? No, dude, there's no amount of, I can't get my head to look larger. There's just nothing I can do. Normalize abnormal body proportions, bro. There's nothing normal about this. The way I look. Okay, I gotta go to bed. What am I doing? Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll do obviously a lot more on France. And that's it. That's all I got. Jack. Peace, everybody.
Damn, this guy's good.